Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
And a long time plan. From the bright lights flashing down in Old Sin City to a 2-drink minimum in the town so great. Buzz non-stop on the interstate. Truck stop coffee keeping us awake. Midwest roads, yeah, we know them well. From Des Moines to Chi, got stories to tell. Late nights, bright lights, open mic fights. Killing on stage, then it's back to the flight. From the cornfields to the Vegas Strip. Ain't no state where we don't fit. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside. Where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the neon glow to the small town dive. Comedy's the road that keeps us alive.
Hey,
what up?
It's workshop time.
There you go.
Willie's in
I'm in you know where I'm at?
Reliving the most dramatic event of his life.
Chickasaw, Oklahoma. This is it's about I don't know, about 40-50 miles southwest of Oklahoma City.
Do you and your wife get PTSD when you cross the Oklahoma state line?
I lost a couple brain cells, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's the reddest state you're ever going to come into.
I'm talking more about
about what happened to Claudia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Claudia had nothing but bad luck here. But anyway, so we came down for Grandview. They're playing matter of fact, they're playing great. They just beat the number one team in the country, and they're going to have to play them again tomorrow. And that team's going to have to come back and beat them twice. But otherwise, they're going to make it to the NAIA World Series. And
so that's it. It's down to them and that.
Yeah,
that
down
team.
to them, and they're called Oklahoma Science and Arts.
Well, if you fucking can't beat at school, with science and arts in the name.
The pitcher had a stethoscope around his neck.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But this is kind of stuff you'd like. You should have came down here with us. We could have did it together.
I would have had a good time for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go around. What city?
Chickasaw. Oh, you know what they got here?
Let's see what there is to do in Chickasaw.
Well, no, there's only one thing to do. I mean, there's they have got. Do you remember? Do you ever watch the movie Christmas Story?
Mm-hmm.
Where he gets the lamp with the big leg?
Yeah, of course.
That's what they have here. They have that leg, only it's giant. It's about 30 feet tall.
Why?
And it's sitting on a box that says fragile or fragile.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they have it here. I mean, but that's their major thing to see.
No reason.
I have no idea. I mean,
you can go visit that house is like, I think in Indiana somewhere or something.
Yeah. It's insane. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it right now and I'll send it to you.
Maybe it's a guy from from Chickasaw, Oklahoma that made the leg.
I have no fucking idea.
In the movie, does the leg come from Chickasaw, Oklahoma?
Maybe it does. I don't know.
If only we had a producer that was behind the scenes researching.
I just sent you a picture.
I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Yeah, see, there you go.
Check your text messages real quick.
Okay.
See if you got it.
So
I'm doing other shit,
Yeah.
Nice. Fragile. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
That's the major thing they have.
Yeah,
here.
but why?
I don't fucking know why.
We need to find out why it's there.
Okay, I'm on it.
What Chris should be researching. Like, did it come from
in the movie?
Did it come from Chickasaw? Is there like a label on it that says Chickasaw, Oklahoma?
That's got to be
the
it.
dad. When the dad's like, "Oh, a major award from Chickasaw, Oklahoma."
Ooh, it's from Frangile.
It's from it must be Italian. Fragile.
Exactly. Oh God!
I used to have a goblet that was shaped like that lamp.
All right, really? I got it.
I would drink booze.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
50-foot tall fragile leg lamp in Chickasaw, Oklahoma is a replica of the iconic leg lamp. The leg lamp was erected to honor Nolan James, a Chickasaw native who is believed to have inspired the movie's leg lamp.
Wow, they went to all that trouble.
So it's not even confirmed.
Hold on. The first Chickasaw leg lamp debuted in 2020 holiday season at the end of Chickasaw Avenue. The 40-foot inflatable drew nationwide and even international attention with coverage from content creators, national news networks, and business conferences. With the lamp driving tourism, sales in Chickasaw increased sharply even compared to previous holiday seasons.
Wow.
The new leg lamp completed construction in October of 22 and officially opened November 5th. It is designed by a local company, blah, blah, blah. It has appeared in dozens of news stories nationwide. Several new businesses have opened downtown and attributed to the success of the sculpture.
Yeah,
in the 12 months since opening, downtown traffic has increased 26%, and retail sales have grown by over $27 million.
So can you imagine this? The Chamber of Commerce meeting? We got to do something. Get some people come down here. What do you think? How about that leg from that movie? Put that in there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
what a stretch to go to.
It makes sense as like a tourist destination for Christmas, I guess. Maybe
let's be honest. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
So. Okay, so here's the story of this Nolan dude.
Yeah.
The art school required teachers to also produce their own art. Early in his career, Nolan used an old mannequin that had been lying around the art school to make a project. From the bottom half, he made a leg lamp, and from the torso, he made a wastebasket. They were on view in his fourth-floor office until he retired. A man seeking employment at the school became tantalized with the lamp and came by Nolan's office many times to look at it and asked about how it was put together. He nearly took it apart to see how it was made. A few years later, this same man was on the production team that produced the leg lamp from Hosiery Leg for the 1983 movie. Nolan always felt his lamp was a prototype for the one in the movie A Christmas Story.
Wow. You see, when you think you're doing nothing and then you end up doing something come on, let's be honest. I mean, that's something that you look at and you think, this doesn't mean anything. This is just a leg. I mean, you'll get a laugh out of it. And now it's iconic. It's an iconic thing.
But this is one of those things. I think we've talked about this before. Even I don't understand the taking a trip to see a thing.
I don't either.
Like
no. I mean, if you're on your way to something and there's something like, for instance, my wife and I one time coming down this way, we stopped to see where Little House on the Prairie was. Well, she wanted to stop to see.
Yeah, a little detour.
Yeah, I had no idea, but and we also stopped to see where American Gothic was at. But once again, we are on our way that way. It wasn't like, hey, let's jump in the car and go see that.
I think probably most people probably do it like that. No, I don't know because, or you got to go and see other shit. Like if you go to South Dakota.
Yeah.
You go to the Badlands and then Mount Rushmore and then
exactly. Yeah.
Devil's Tower and crazy.
Yeah.
But if you go just to go see Mount Rushmore, like why?
No. Well, there are people like that that go to, you go to the Grand Canyon.
We're going to go spend a week in Rapid City, South Dakota, and we're going to see Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Last time I was there, Mount Rushmore, they were I don't know how far along they were on Crazy Horse. And I'm standing there, and there was a guy there trying to explain it was like he was like trying to tell me what a sonogram, where the baby was. He was like, see, if you look right there, there's the nose, and here's where the art, it's like, I can't, but I guess it's come a long way since then. But
yeah, I mean, you can see most of his face now, but it's still, what's
the coolest thing you've seen in the United States that you've traveled to see? I mean, the Grand Canyon was, I guess
I've actually never seen the Grand Canyon. I haven't gone there. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Just to see how
Mount Rushmore is pretty wild. I mean, when you think about that.
Well, and see, that's where it starts for me. Like in 5th grade, my dad took my sister and I on a trip through South Dakota, and we went to the I think the Badlands is the coolest thing in South Dakota.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so you go through the Badlands, we go see that, and then we go to Mount Rushmore, and I think that was probably the first time in my life, because I had it all all hyped up, we're going to see Mount Rushmore, this crazy historical thing, And
it's you got to see it.
Nobody in my class has been to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So we go, and walk up there, and we park, and we walk up, and there's Mount Rushmore, and I'm literally like, all right, there it is.
There you go. What else we gonna do with this?
Yeah, I mean, we spent fucking 9 hours in the car.
Yeah, just
the fucking. In fact, the truck. My dad had this little Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
And he had a topper on the back of it, and had like a piece of plywood with carpet on it that he laid in the back, so it was like carpeted.
Yeah.
And he'd like sleep in it a lot when he was camping and stuff. And so he had my sister and I like set up back there with like blankets and pillows and stuff. And then he's driving, and we had these phones that were like walkie-talkies that we had at the house that you just hit the beeper button and talk. So he wired these phones through. So there was one in up front with him and one in back with us, so we could talk to him,
Yeah.
Like that was the coolest part of the trip.
Let me ask you a question. Did you bring one of your wrestling buddies with you?
No, I didn't. I was too little. I wasn't there yet.
Okay.
But I'll tell you something funny about it though. So anyway, but yeah, so you drive all that way to go see and on top of that, the day before we got to Mount Rushmore, his fucking truck died. And like we had to fucking put it in neutral and go down a hill and barely make it into this gas station, this Sinclair station. And these guys got it running. I think they changed the spark plug. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they got it running. And so we're worried about the truck the whole time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's like,
And you know what? 30 years ago, there was nothing up there. I mean, you could have been driving. If your car would have went out, that's it. You're dead.
And we stayed in a Super 8 motel in Rapid City.
Oh man!
And I remember it was the first time I ever stayed in a hotel.
Oh really? Okay.
So I thought the Super 8 was fucking top of the line.
Oh, that's right, man.
I thought Super 8 was the shit.
You were Baron Trump, baby.
Just a hotel,
large.
Just staying in a hotel was like, oh.
Did it have a pool? Little pool outside?
I don't think it had a pool. I don't remember. I think maybe it didn't. It wasn't open. I don't know. But
I wonder what I want to know. Ask Chris the top. Like, what's the top 20 stupid things that people go to look for? When they're like, like the biggest ball of yarn
and shit.
Yeah, let's look. Top 20 stupid travel.
Anyway,
stops in U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in Rapid City, and we go to this little like little fast little burger joint like place. One of those deals that's like Bebop's kind of where you don't eat inside. There's like tables outside maybe, but most people just kind of walk away.
For a little kid, that's cool shit.
Yeah, and so we go down there. Well, the Super 8 had these plastic, they had the plastic Super 8 cups in the room, right? Yeah. So I took one of these Super 8 cups, and I was spitting in it the whole time. I didn't know that that was guys that chewed did that.
You just thought you spit?
I just thought like cool adult men spit into cups. So I was carrying around this fucking cup and spit.
Full of spit.
Yeah. Just regular spit.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
20 of the worst American tourist attractions ranked in order.
Okay.
The worst.
Go 20 after 1, yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is it's got some ads in it, so hold on. Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock. Where is that exactly?
Massachusetts.
Okay, yeah.
But see, so you go to see Plymouth Rock, and then you go to like Salem, right? And see
where the witches are and shit.
Where the witches
south of the border. This kitschy roadside attraction is plastered with tacky billboards promising more than it delivers. Cheesy photo ops, overpriced souvenirs. Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, been there.
I'm not so sure how accurate this is. Times Square.
I was just there, a month ago? Yeah.
I feel like that's not.
No.
The original Starbucks in Seattle. Why wait hours for the same coffee you can get at any corner Starbucks? Answer this question, you'll understand why the original Starbucks lands on our list. Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco.
Been there.
Wall Drug, South Dakota.
Been there.
Yeah, wall drug.
Yeah, exactly.
Wall drug.
Well, they all them signs all the way there.
Yes.
Yeah, and they got them
Right.
all over the world or
You're going
whatever.
wall drug.
Yep.
It's so lame too, because it's like you
Yeah.
do something like that and you get this whole grandiose thing that's awesome, and then there's wall drug.
There's a big plastic dinosaurs and shit on the way there. That's supposed to get you all excited.
Plastic dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of weird shit around Mount Rushmore, like fucking barricade, like fucking going through caves and
that. You ever been? Well, you said you haven't been to Mount Rushmore, but they have this like house that's all tilted or something, and you stand in it, and it looks like you're standing sideways. And Navy Pier in Chicago.
I like the Navy Pier. I mean, that's
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
The Alamo in Texas.
Been there. That's just. I mean, that's nothing. Yeah.
That's got a basement.
It doesn't have a basement.
Bourbon Street. Been there.
Been there. That's fun. Bourbon Street's fun.
16th Street Mall in Denver.
No, I don't think I've been there. I don't know why that would be anything.
The Billy Graham Library in North Carolina.
Wow. No.
Georgetown Cupcakes in Washington, D.C.
No.
Long lines and overpriced cupcakes make Georgetown Cupcakes a sugar-coated disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean City Boardwalk in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum.
Mm-hmm.
The Mystery Spot in Michigan.
Shit like that is almost always disappointing.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley's birthplace.
Yeah, I've been there. Tupelo.
Mississippi.
Yeah, in Tupelo.
There's an Edgar Allan Poe birthplace museum in Richmond, Virginia that's dog shit.
Branson, Missouri.
Been there. So
we were driving, we were staying in Sioux City for this vacation, and we decided to go see the Corn Palace.
Yeah. Mitchell, South Dakota.
I may have told the story, but we stopped at this 1800s Cowboys town, like outside of Sioux City.
Yeah.
It's the cheesiest.
Like kind of a Living History Farms like thing.
No, it was the cheesiest thing you ever saw. You walk in there, and this dude is straight out of, like, I don't think he's ever left this building.
Yeah.
And he's got these terrible animatronics in the museum part.
Yeah.
And it's just these animatronics like playing poker. And it's like a rundown showbiz pizza. It's so bad.
Yeah, and they go like, are they like?
Yeah.
I call.
Yeah, we walk in there and he's like, let me take you on the tour, and he's shuffling around. And he puts a quarter in the thing, and they
read them and weep.
Oh well, like 28 years ago, we took Claudia to Disney World, and they had the Hall of Presidents, and that's before they really got the animatronics down good. And that was like creepy. Lincoln came out and 4 score.
Yes,
they had you know what they had that shit underneath in the underneath part of the arch. Yeah. The St. Louis Arch.
Yeah.
Like there's a museum that's like underground.
Yes.
At it. Mm-hmm. And they had those animatronic, like they had, I'm pretty sure Abe Lincoln.
Like Indians. And...
Yeah. And there's like, there's like this Indian that's like, I can pick up the scent over there.
Right. Yes. It's so bad. But this cowboy town.
Wow.
So you go through this little museum part, and then he's like, now I'm going to let you go up to the cowboy town on your own. And he's like, you have to drive an electric golf cart. You know how to drive an electric golf cart, don't you? Like it was some newfangled thing that nobody was.
Yeah.
So we go up there. It's run down. There's trash. There's this exhibit called the Ghost Horse, and literally you look through this little peephole, and there's a little metal like cut out of a horse with a light on it that shines a shadow on the back, and that's supposed to be the ghost horse or whatever.
Saturn shit. That's just sad.
We get all done. It's really bad. Then we get all done, and he's like, okay, let's finish up the tour. And we walk over to this other animatronic thing, and it's these 4 guys playing poker in an old saloon, and the animatronics are dealing or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this animatronic accidentally slips an ace out of his sleeve. And then the other animatronic pulls his gun up and shoots, and the dude's hat goes like this. And it's the worst thing ever. We paid like $17 a piece to go through this thing.
That's what's wrong with what's happening today with AI and all the stuff that you can do. Like, for instance, you made our song in that fast with the pictures. I mean, all this stuff that when you were kids that was cool, it's just, you know what I mean? It just doesn't mean anything.
Oh, I remember my dad, one of the things we used to do when he'd pick us up for the weekend, it was right when movie stores came out. Like before he even had a VCR, he'd rent a VCR and movies at the movie store.
Yeah.
And he would rent the scary movies from when he was a kid, like Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
Godzilla had like you could see the zipper on him when he was attacking.
And me and my sister are watching this. Like, you were fucking scared of this shit. Like,
yeah, you can see where the strings are that's holding his arm.
Yeah, up. Fucking Godzilla.
Yeah. You know. I think about even like with comedy. There used to be a guy, I can't think of his name, David, whatever it was, but he was a ventriloquist, and he used to come to the Funny Bone. And his two biggest acts that he used to do was he had these 3 dinosaurs that he had on a plate, and they would sing Queen. They would sing Bohemian Rhapsody or something, and he would carry them in, and they would all be moving around. The people would go fucking nuts. Then he finally got up with this little ventriloquist dummy, and he would be doing the thing, and then all of a sudden the dummy would say something that piss him off and go, well, you're nothing without me, and he left the stage, right? And so as he left the stage, all of a sudden the dummy's head would come up, and his eyes would look around, and then the dummy would do, you know what I mean? And it was just, just animatronics,
Yeah.
But, back in the 80s, crowds would go, they'd lose their mind on this. You know what I mean? And nowadays,
dude, he made that fucking dummy real.
Exactly. And nowadays, it's like, you couldn't do it now anywhere. I mean, people would be like, well, yeah, okay.
What the fuck did he just do?
Exactly.
I don't know that you can get, if you're going to be a ventriloquist now, you better be really fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. And little
like,
girls
I would watch, I've seen clips of Otto. Everybody always talked about Otto. And
George. He was funny.
I didn't think it was. I've seen clips and I didn't.
Well, did you see his X-rated clips where he get really, really dirty?
Well, yeah, but he wasn't he wasn't saying anything clever. Or
no, but I mean,
jokes in there.
Well, yeah. Once again, some stuff doesn't age as well. But I mean, I can remember back when I would watch him and he would he just get filthy dirty. Because the first time I saw him was on Letterman. I thought, oh, he's okay. But then you saw him like in a nightclub. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, that's a talent. But anymore, it's like. Yeah, I mean,
all you gotta do is fucking smile the whole time.
Yeah, or drink some water.
You just go like this all the time.
Maybe you can be a ventriloquist, Billy.
Look at that.
You know what? I think you ought to go find your little wrestling buddy.
Please
sit him right on your lap, right directly on your.
Welcome, Willie Harrell.
Willie Harrell. Hey, Billy. No, okay.
Hey, Willie. How are you? This is Shirley and Josh.
Yeah. Do you still got the hook hole in your wrestling nutty? Let me hear you say it.
What'd you say?
You got the hook hole in your wrestling nutty.
Yeah. I just cut a hook hole in all your wrestling buddy.
There you go. You know what? I think we got a new act.
You can sing.
And you just put the wrestling buddy on your lap, and you just have the wrestling buddy on your lap, and the wrestling buddy just be like, it hurts. Shut up.
Hallelujah.
My wrestling buddy calls me P. Diddy.
I bought Walgreens out of baby oil today.
Yes.
That's all you gotta do. Just smile the whole time. That's all those motherfuckers do.
You gotta try to drink water and shit too. Sometimes they drink, or you gotta sing. Maybe you can sing a little bit.
Let's try.
Let's see you do it. It sounds like your little wrestling buddies at a P. Diddy party.
I just remember the fucking guy that I know we talked about ventriloquist before because Chris pulled up the Dumbfounded movie or whatever that was.
Exactly, yeah.
Or Dumbstruck or whatever.
And I worked with Willie, Tyler, and Lester. Who's still around. Yeah. He's like 90. Yeah.
But yeah, the guy that did that guy that I was making fun of, he sang this song. Please let me call you sweetheart.
You know, with a little work, I think you've got yourself another career. I really do.
Please let me call you sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, are there very many ventriloquist acts anymore? I don't think there's that little girl that was on like America's Got Talent. That matter of fact, I think she came to the Funny Bone.
See, I'd end up fighting that little cunt. I'd be calling her all kinds of names. Oh, this little fucking cunt. She's not even a real. Her mouth moves all the time. They just like her because she's 11. Everybody thinks she's great because she's a little kid. She's not even that nice if you really know her.
You go and grab her a little bit when she's out, like when she's gone. You go in there and fuck up her doll, take her little dolls out and screw them up, turn them into your little wrestling buddies.
People like makeup on them.
You say, "Why is there a hole here in my doll, Mr. Blank?" Because I put it there. That's a huckle.
She takes it on stage and it's
why
is my dummy choking?
Damn right he's choking. That's right.
I didn't do anything. Was it E?
Well, next time they come to ventriloquist to the Funny Bone, we're gonna go.
I hope that never happens. Well, you know what? They just had Randy Feltface.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that name. I think
he's not a ventriloquist. That's just a puppet.
He plays himself as a puppet. Is he a puppet?
The guy's under the table.
What? Okay, have you seen him?
He was in Omaha the night before me one time. She always would have us go in early to do Todd and Tyler.
Yeah.
So they had him as like a special engagement that Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the club and I only saw a few minutes. He was crushing.
Of course.
But
it drives you nuts.
I mean, he writes good stuff.
Yeah.
He was crushing with good material. Like, it's just that he's almost got a nice little. First of all, he has an English accent or Australian accent.
Do you see him at all, or
you just see the puppet? Helps? No, you only see the puppet.
So then he could do this
act
forever.
That accent helps.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He never has to memorize any of his material.
And Feltface is never wrinkled, so he could be Randy Feltface for the next 50 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Piff the Dragon guy or something? He's in Vegas now.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's got like a little chihuahua he brings with him on stage.
Dragon.
Yeah. I'm always, the thing is, we've talked about this. I'm never impressed by people that do that, but I am impressed by how you can keep that character alive for so long without fucking killing yourself. You know what I mean? Can you imagine, like, if you're Piff the Magic Dragon guy, he's making a ton of money, he's doing well in Vegas, but every night he's got to put on that goddamn dragon suit, That's like, I used to say, like, can you imagine there used to be.
It's all fucking, what's it called? Pagliacci?
Pagliacci. The sad clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking just in the mirror putting his makeup on.
I always said there used to be there used to be the grease monkey over on 86th Street, and they had a guy out there one day dressed up like a monkey.
Why do you suppose that didn't make it?
The grease monkey? I don't know. Jiffy Lube came in. But I mean, can you imagine being the guy that they say, okay, you got to get out there and you got to. So this guy's living, he's in a trailer park, just sitting there, just this monkey head like on the kitchen table, and he's sitting there trying to find. He's got the want ads, trying to find himself
music playing while he walks home, holding the head in his hand with the costume on.
He's circling the want ads for a better life for himself. Yeah, here's the thing, Billy. Any occupation where you can't wear your own head, it's not a good job.
You better think twice.
If they say, "Listen, we like what you're doing. We're not crazy about your head."
Your head.
That's
We'd
right.
Rather have a different head.
Put your head in this head, and everything will be fine.
Speaking of subcultures, we love to talk about subcultures on this show.
Yes, we do.
There's a subculture for mascots.
Is there really?
There's an entire fucking thing where like people's dream is to be
a fucking mascot.
I watched a series. I don't remember who. There's two different things called mascots that I've watched.
Yeah.
One was a Christopher Guest deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is always fucking hysterical.
Yeah, Christopher Guest is He's amazing.
So that was obviously not real.
Yeah.
Then there was a reality series called Mascots.
Mm-hmm.
And it followed around different people who were mascots for different reasons.
Okay.
Or different levels, so to
Yeah, well, I
speak.
mean, like the San Diego Chicken made millions of dollars.
Right.
And who else?
So there's people whose dream it is to be the next
San
San
Diego
Diego Chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So one of them, two of them are in high school.
Mm-hmm.
One of them just made up his own mascot.
Oh, what?
Just in general, not.
But was he a bird or a cow or
like not
donkey?
for anything?
Yeah,
it wasn't. Yeah, I don't even fucking remember. I feel like it was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was something almost like the Stanford tree fucking looking thing.
Yeah,
like it was really dumb.
Mm-hmm. Well, now let me ask you a question. Would you be Herky the Hawkeye?
Well, here, that's what I'm.
Okay,
we've talked about that before, actually. So, and then there's a guy there's a girl who's a high school mascot. At her high school, right?
Yeah.
She's going on college visits. Like she goes to Boise State and visits to like be the Bronco.
Okay.
But she's too fat for the suit. Like a lot of these fucking.
Well, can she be a Clydesdale?
A lot of these places, they got like certain. You got to, for the suit, you got to be a certain size.
Exactly.
So she's like heartbroken.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy who's like a minor league hockey mascot. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get called up to the bigs. His heroes are like this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then there's the Milwaukee Bucks guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like they follow each one of them all around. And of course they all want to be Milwaukee Bucks guy.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's making a great life for himself.
I'll tell you what, now the gorilla from the Phoenix Suns, that guy's athletic as fuck.
Yeah, so's the Milwaukee Bucks guy.
Yeah.
Like,
now, let me ask you a question. When you think about mascots, like Mr. Met, that's a stupid thing. You got the big baseball head. That's dumber than shit. And I'll tell you, the Philly Fanatic is, what the fuck is he anyway?
I agree.
What is he? Is he what's his name? He's even got a name.
He's just the Philly Fanatic, I think.
I think he actually has a name. I don't know what it is.
But see, that's the thing. I was the polar bear.
Yeah.
And I was Tyrone the Tiger in college.
So I didn't. So you're like a secret mascot kind of. That's your thing.
One of my things in life. If I had any regrets at all, which I don't really.
Well. Oh, you regret being a mascot?
No.
You regret not taking it farther.
Yeah, I wanted to play baseball, so I went to a JUCO to try to play baseball. Thought maybe I'd get better and shit would get better. And I realized that was about as far as it was going to go for me.
Yeah. Well, that's farther than most.
And so I kind of wished I would have just went to Iowa and been Herky instead. Because I probably would have graduated.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't be a stand-up comic.
See, all these things, all these terms.
Yeah, your life all leads to places.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
If I went through that 4 years of college, I would have had the time of my life being Herky. Yeah. I mean, I would have fucking loved it.
Oh, can you imagine? You're right on the field there, running. Really?
Oh, dude, yeah. I would have if I could have been.
Do you have any Herky moves you would have had? I mean, you would have.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of? I mean, what's Herky's move now?
I used to do a headstand. I used to do a headstand when I was the polar bear.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then
that was just football or
football and basketball.
Oh, okay.
And then it was basketball at MCC when I was Tyrone the Tiger. It was basketball, and I'd go out like during timeouts and like shoot baskets and do like ball handling shit. Like,
how disgusting was the heads on those things?
Pretty gross.
You know what? I can remember when I used to do Beat the Bear. I tried on the bear head one time. It was old.
Disgusting.
It was old Ham's beer bear. Remember?
Yeah.
And so that head was around since the 50s. And I mean, and I think Dobble threw up at it once. So. Oh, man. You know the only baseball team that doesn't have a mascot?
Let me think. Who wouldn't have a mascot? Let's see. The Yankees.
That's right. Yankees. Yeah. Too big for that.
They're just too good for a mascot.
Too good for fucking mascot.
It's just the pinstripes. That's the mascot.
Exactly. So Billy, I feel bad. I feel like I think you should get one last hurrah as a mascot. I'm trying to think of where Iowa should let you do it one last time. Against Iowa State. And then you go up and fight the.
I don't think I'm gonna go to those games anymore.
Why not?
I think I'm gonna sell my tickets to Iowa State and Nebraska every year.
Why? And what would be your reasoning?
I don't enjoy those games. There's no joy in my day
because both those games that you can't win. If you win, you're supposed to win. If you don't win, then it sucks.
Sean,
I'm going to try not to take offense to that comment, Will.
Yeah, well, the Iowa State football game is a no-win situation. It always has been.
Shut the fuck up.
It is. It's a no-win situation. It is.
No, it is not.
Dude.
You're telling me. Okay, let's back up. I'm not trying.
Iowa State is not.
I will end this fucking stream now.
So losing to Iowa State does you zero good in your non-conference schedule.
We won 11 games last year. You don't think that losing to us didn't help you a little bit?
No.
In the rankings?
No, you're in the Big 12. The Big 12 is garbage.
Are you going to tell me we go. Now the show is turned.
Are you going to tell me the Big 12 is not garbage in football? Are you going to tell me it's not? Don't even try to tell me.
Go ahead, Chris. Tell him something.
You're full of shit.
I'm not full of shit. It's a no-win. If you beat them, you don't beat them bad enough. And if you lose to them, it ruins the year.
Goodbye.
It's a no-win situation.
There you go.
That's just the way it is. I understand. Listen. I understand what it's like to be the little brother your whole life and want to be relevant so bad. So bad that you try to force everybody to think you are. But you're not.
So what? Let me ask you, Billy. This year, let me ask you a question. Who's going to be the better team?
No, but that's not why that has really a small amount to do with why.
Yeah,
I want to sell the tickets. Anyway,
yeah,
it's.
I would just like to see you be a mascot one time, Billy.
Iowa State more so than Nebraska.
Yeah.
As far as like.
Does that hurt you more when they get beat by Iowa State? Does that really eat at your craw? Does that fuck up your whole year?
No, not.
Did it used to?
Not like that. No, it's never fucked up my whole year.
Yeah.
It just grosses me out.
Okay.
Like it just makes me feel gross. Like, I just hate them that much.
Yeah.
Like,
who do you hate worse, Nebraska or Iowa State?
Iowa State for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, for me, more importantly, it's the fact that there's way too many of the opposing team's fans at those games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be around the other team's fans. I don't want to listen to them talk shit. I don't want
like Nebraska at Iowa. There's still a ton of fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like you end up having opposing teams' fans around you no matter what at those games.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get in a fight. Like
can't have that.
Like I just know at some point somebody's gonna say something at the wrong time.
You know what I think we got to work on?
Or I'm gonna not be able to control myself.
I think we ought to work on maybe getting you to be Herky the Hawkeye one game, like maybe even the Iowa State game. And then somewhere during the thing, you go over and just fuck up the Iowa State Cyclone. Just the whatever he is.
I could have pulled that off when I was in college, when I was in my 20s.
Just I know.
Now I'm just fucking get beat up by some kid that's in way better shape than me.
Tackle him at least once.
It'd be embarrassing.
He knocks your head off.
I got fucking
knocks your Herky head off.
I got my ass kicked by a fucking mascot that isn't even a real thing.
Find out it's a 21-year-old girl.
I didn't
know.
Like
Paige Van Zandt.
Apparently, somehow a cardinal represents a cyclone, a fucking tornado.
I don't get that either.
Never understood that either.
Is it because it's the color cardinal?
I mean, I suppose it's no different than the Stanford tree. It's
I don't get that
just
either.
doesn't have to make sense.
Okay, let's move on to a new topic.
Or maybe it's because of the color cardinal. Because is that
that's what I was thinking.
Probably they call themselves. They say it's cardinal and gold, so they use the cardinal. I guess
our color is black.
No, aren't you back in black, Billy? Like you can't have Iowa State have that. You're back in black.
I'm not one of those people that cares that much about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big alternate uniform guy. I don't really like it when Iowa wears different uniforms.
Yeah,
I think they have the best, just about the best home like the best.
Now that was Hayden Fry because he tried to copy the Steelers, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I think that I think Iowa's home football uniform is up there with the best.
I have to say that there's nothing better than going to an Iowa game and they play back in black and you see them in the tunnel. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That intro is pretty awesome.
Sure. I know you're sporting half a chub when that happens.
Well, yeah. And it's just different when, like, Chris doesn't really understand because there's 25,000 less people in the stands when he's there.
So
like,
shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ!
Here he comes.
I
see the screen get smaller, and I know here he comes. You say something, all of a sudden I get pushed over to the middle. I'm like, oh, here he comes.
Christ almighty, move on.
This is fucking hilarious. This is like making fun of Trump to a MAGA fucking fan.
Yeah.
They're like, let's talk about something else now.
They're gonna give him a $400 million plane, and he's gonna probably spend another $2 billion trying to get rid of the bugs in it. But that's okay.
I bet you guys are both happy to hear that Rob Sand is running for governor.
I think you ought to run against him.
You think so?
I think so.
From the Green Party?
Yeah. From the marijuana party.
I think Rob would be all about legalization in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
He actually did come out today. Somebody asked him on Twitter, and he did respond, we should treat it just like alcohol.
You know what?
So that's a pretty strong.
I feel like
it's already pretty fucking close.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: if one thing's legal in this country, in one place, it should be legal everywhere. I mean, and that goes for prostitution. Even though I wouldn't use a prostitute, I mean, it's legal in parts of Nevada. It should be legal everywhere. I think.
It's the oldest profession.
That's exactly.
Here's the thing: there's some things that are more dangerous when they're illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're illegal because they're dangerous, but they're actually more dangerous because they're illegal.
Exactly.
Like a lot of drugs are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like people think that the black market just automatically means violence and yada yada yada. So and a lot of times that's true. Because
when you were younger, where'd you go get your pot?
You got to police yourselves.
Where'd you go get your pot when you were a kid?
There's always a friend. There's always.
I mean, you always had. Was it the same connection, or did you like move around?
It's always been whoever. Well, when you're a kid,
yeah.
When you're a kid, everybody's broke.
Yeah.
So you have to have like several people you can call because nobody was always. People ran out. There was like it got dry, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like there was always a thing that around the time of the fair, it was always dry. You couldn't get any weed around fair time because it's all gone. And as time's gone on, that's not the case because now so many people can grow here. I mean, there's so many growers like in Colorado and California.
When you go out of state, you go to dispensaries. Do you go inside those places?
I've actually only been to one in my life.
Yeah.
Or no, two. Sorry, I've been to one in Colorado and one in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know. The novelty's okay, but I don't care. I'm not.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about weed and treat weed like people do wine and cigars and stuff, and I think all of them are full of shit. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if you put different labels on the wine, nobody know the fucking difference. And I think I think weed's pretty much the same way.
Would it be nice though? Wouldn't it be nice
like,
that,
this is kind of a real heady high. Like, you want to smoke this?
Yeah.
If you want to go, you got like a project to do. This is what you want to smoke. Like, if you just want to like, watch a movie and then maybe fall asleep, you want to smoke something. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Guess what? It doesn't matter what strain you give me. Once my feet go up, I'm out in 10 fucking minutes. I'm like fucking Gomez Adams. But like, so anyway, some of those things are more dangerous by, I think alcohol was obviously more dangerous by it being illegal. You look at prohibition.
Exactly. I agree.
And I think weed is one of those drugs that you make it more dangerous by making it illegal. And I think there's a lot of things that you can put in that category. I mean, abortion.
Yeah.
When you make abortion illegal, you make it more dangerous.
Exactly. I think prostitution too. I mean, there's a lot.
And again, and that's what made me think of it, and that's what I was getting to is prostitution is one of those things that's more dangerous because it's illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
The people. I mean, how many serial killers killed prostitutes?
Yeah,
because they're the best target. Nobody cares about them.
Yeah, exactly.
It also promotes
they're in the underbelly. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, there's a million things that all that supports. And so
you think any kind of narcotic should be legalized? Like I don't know, weed like acid maybe. I'm talking something.
I think shrooms should be legal. I think LSD should. I don't know.
If you could figure out a strain on like certain things. I mean, could you ever make cocaine to a point to where if you had the right dosage, it would be okay?
I'd rather it was. I mean, I don't feel like. I don't necessarily feel like you can have this free for all with everything.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that says, why not?
Yeah.
Because like you name the drug, any drug. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, there's somebody that functions on it. There's somebody that's highly successful.
They're functioning. But like I can think if you got a pharmaceutical company and you said, okay, look, we want you to get into cocaine, make it to where, it's the right dosage and blah, blah, blah. And you don't, and you could sell it and just like a party high, but a certain amount and it have to be a prescription.
I think that's what the hang up is.
Yeah.
If it was medically beneficial.
Yeah.
If you could prove somehow that it was medically beneficial and something else didn't do the same thing.
Right.
Because
I mean, look at fentanyl.
That's part of the problem.
I had fentanyl when I had my colonoscopy, so obviously fentanyl can be used for legal things.
Right.
Yeah.
But if there's something out there already that will serve the same purpose, and somebody's already making millions of dollars off of that thing, it's going to be awful hard to get a new thing.
Wrestle away from them, sure.
Yeah. So, like when I got home from the hospital after I had pancreatitis, I didn't sleep. I had a fentanyl drip.
Yeah.
And I slept most of the time, but I didn't sleep. I was still never comfortable. I was still in pain all the time.
Really? Yeah.
And I just felt like shit. And when I got home, that first night I got home, I had some whatever pills they gave me for pain relief or whatever. And that night I couldn't sleep that night.
Now,
I didn't want to cough. I so I didn't smoke because I didn't want to cough. Well, then finally, middle of the night, I finally was like, "Fuck it," and I smoked. And I was pain free and asleep within 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
And
I think about for instance, morphine. I mean, I've had morphine before when I'm in the hospital when I had some major. So morphine's it's not it's a legal drug and they use it now. Heroin. Is heroin ever used in any kind of medical procedure, or is heroin just always just an illegal? You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, I think that what you have to look at is whatever the active ingredient is.
Yeah.
Right. So heroin is what you probably call Viagra, for example. That's called tadalafil or sildenafil or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like heroin probably has something in there that's got a name that's also in it.
Well, Tracy Morgan called it heroin. You take until I give you some heroin and get you pregnant.
I would say heroin. I would say heroin.
Heroin. Yeah, he's on that heroin. So I'm wondering if there's any medical procedure where they said, well, we got him on a little bit of heroin. What? I don't think that's ever.
They'll just call it something else.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, I mean morphine or methadone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's something about those that scratch the itch.
Yeah.
But
I've had some friends that were like when they were trying to get off of heroin, that's what they would go to the methadone programs.
Yeah, the methadone clinic. Yeah. I remember when I was waiting in line for to audition for Last Comic Standing in Nashville, the Zanies was right across the street from the methadone clinic.
Yeah.
There's fucking 2 lines at 6 o'clock in the morning. Both of them addicts.
No shit. You could go either one of them.
Yeah, wouldn't matter. You go to either one of those lines, you'd fit right in.
I worked when I first got started. I was working. Speaking of, I was down in Memphis. I was with my ex-wife at the time, and there was a comic named Frankie Bastille, and he was really funny. But he was just like an addict. And I remember one night I came back with my ex-wife, and I had like something to eat. So he was going, "Oh man, that's just horrible for you, man. What are you gonna eat that? That's good." And I don't know what it was, like ribs or something. And then the next night I walk in on him and he's got to tie himself off. He's doing some heroin.
Shoot up.
And these ribs are real bad. And then he finally did die. I don't know if he OD'd or what happened to him, but he died. Yeah.
So when you were in Memphis, how much walking did you do?
Well, I walked in Memphis and I waited for a pretty young thing down in the jungle room, baby.
Were you 10 feet off of Beale?
Yeah, off of Beale. That's a badass song.
Do I really feel the way I feel?
Let me hear you sing without moving your lips.
You said, son, are you a Christian? I said, where are you tonight?
I'm telling you, you got a whole new career. And then I want to see like your little wrestling buddy's head come up like this while you're singing.
I think I could do Creed like that. I could do a ventriloquist Creed.
Yeah. Ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Well,
I just heard the news today. Gonna change.
You grew your mustache a little heavier. You would never know. Yeah.
We're on under the sun.
Telling you, you got a whole second act.
I might have to do a dummy that's Scott Stapp, the lead singer of Creed. Yeah. Just be like,
exactly.
Just one wish. One day around.
You've lost your fucking mind. You really have. If I didn't stop you right now, I think you would just continue to sing for the next hour.
We're on Florida.
It's like a really bad radio station.
All those guys. I can do all the mid-swallow singers.
Yeah.
All those guys singing like this. Yeah.
Let me hear a little Nickelback like that. You got any Nickelback for me?
The ventriloquist Nickelback. All right. How the hell do you end up like this?
Chris, try to. I want to see how Chris labels this show.
I don't even know how I label any fucking show that we do, Willie. I sometimes put something out there and tease it, and then the show's over, and I'm like, well, we didn't talk about any of that shit. We didn't
You
talk about any of
realize
that shit.
if I didn't interrupt, he would sing he would
I'm
just
aware.
do this the entire.
I'm aware.
It would be an hour of him.
Yeah, you fucking.
By the way,
except you're over there putting a fucking quarter in me every 2 seconds.
Except for
give me some Nickelback. He's fucking giving requests.
Except for I'm marking it right now so I can cut it tomorrow so that we can put it on the socials.
What's
Hey,
that
next week we're at Distillery, right?
We are. Yep.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Look at this photograph.
We're not doing any singing either. We're no singing.
You know what? I'm gonna try to find a ventriloquist dummy to bring.
Every time
you guys need to be inviting your friends next week.
As a matter of fact, yes, people come next week, and if anybody has a ventriloquist dummy, please bring it to the.
Why don't you bring that one that's sitting in your kitchen?
Who, my Luigi?
Yeah.
You have a puppet?
He's
no,
9 feet tall.
A fucking that's a statue.
He's gigantic.
Although maybe we should put a speaker in Luigi and I can sit behind him.
Yeah, you do your thing
and do Creed songs.
Do you know I had a couple ventriloquist puppets puppets that I got in Vegas. I got bored one time and I found this little.
I remember. I think
that's what I'm talking about. That's this.
Oh my!
I
didn't get him back. My nephew took him. I can't find. I got this black one. He was a rapper, and then I had to get him a girlfriend. So I got him a little fat white nurse. That was his girlfriend. She had a job. She was a nurse, and she took care of him.
Good credit.
Yeah, exactly.
There was on that Dumbstruck movie.
Yeah.
There was like a 13-year-old kid that had a black dummy.
Yeah.
That had wore chains and shit. It was so fucking racist. And this kid had no fucking. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's my girl over there. Yeah. Yeah. He like move his eyes and be like, hey. Ricky Shaw's is the illest. Hey.
He didn't do no Creed though.
No.
Okay.
He couldn't do no Creed like me. My Scott Stapp dummy.
Scott Stapp dummy.
My own prison.
Keep working on it, baby. I think you're ready for next Tuesday. I'm telling you. No shit. I like how you get the hand going too.
That's good on this. Just one word.
Like,
oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Like, do you remember Senior Wences when he had the little hand?
I can't get the camera angle right.
I know.
I don't know how the weathermen do this shit.
I know.
There it is.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
I can't turn my hand the right way. It hurts a little bit.
Hello, Billy.
Stick out your tongue. Stick out your tongue.
Under the sunlight.
If someone came and turned this on right now and just saw that, if they tuned in right now and that's what they got.
Scott Stapp drinks 7-Up.
Stop it. Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
I think that's what I should do.
We're 57 minutes in. We might have to take a break.
Let's take a break. I'm good.
Are you tired?
No, I didn't realize we had already been on the air for 57 minutes.
Well, he sang for 45 of them. Hey, Billy, sing us the break.
What should I sing for
some Creed?
So you want some Creed?
Yeah, I mean, do something you haven't done before.
I only know like 2 Creed songs.
They only have 2.
Come on, name some Creed songs.
With Arms Wide Open.
Yeah, that's what I was just singing.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, With Arms Wide Open. Yeah. You know?
I had no idea. That's
if I had just one wish.
Higher. My Sacrifice.
My Sacrifice.
Okay, we gotta go.
Over all the others.
We'll get some water. I'll be back.
Oh my last week we got blocked on YouTube because we played that game show, and I think we're pretty safe that we will not get blocked by Singing Annie Creed on tonight's episode.
Oh, we did. We got blocked for that.
Yeah, they actually blocked out the clips that we showed of the game show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so even though we pulled it from another YouTube channel that showed it, so
somebody's out to get us, man.
That's right. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back.
We're gonna win another award.
Yeah. They're scared to death.
You're shaking in their boots.
Pitching a new advertiser. I really hope they don't listen to this episode.
Oh fuck!
So, they're gonna be at our event next Tuesday.
So you're saying you don't want me to sing at that?
No,
event?
I'm saying you should just totally be yourself.
I know. Don't worry, I will. But
they don't like us. It's too bad. So
yeah.
All right.
Because they won't eventually.
we're gonna get word from the sponsors that love us.
Yeah.
We'll come back and we've got some AI stuff. And
oh God.
and
I'm already feeling
and some Reddit stuff. So we'll be right back.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
In 2023, a crack Green Beret named Dan Douglas retired his military command and promptly escaped to a full-time career in real estate. Today, this man is wanted by home buyers and sellers who want to survive the process without spending a fortune. If you have a home to sell or want to buy one, maybe you can hire Dan Douglas at Green Beret Realty. You can find him at greenberetrealty.com. greenberetrealty.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
And we're back. All right, so got some Reddit stuff. We are going to. I found this interesting question on No Stupid Questions.
Okay.
Or not. So the question is, why do lesbian couples have a higher divorce rate than straight or gay couples? The question is I just stumbled upon some stats that said lesbian couples have a divorce rate significantly higher than straight or gay couples, which apparently have the lowest rates. Why is that the case? Worried this will sound shady, but I swear I'm asking in good faith, and I'm a gay guy myself, so no hate. That was not me, by the way. That was
I believe it's two people with higher expectations.
Why'd you have to say all of a sudden? Oh, that's not
because I just want to be accurate for the pod.
That's people with higher expectations. That's what it is. I mean, usually the women usually have higher expectations than the man usually does. So now you got two women, and they both have higher expectations. So it's just too much. It's just. You know what I mean? These guys will give in a lot easier.
Lesbians do not fuck around when it comes to relationships.
Yeah.
Those bitches move in together in a week, bro.
Oh my God. Did you see that? Did you read this Reddit before?
No.
Swear to God.
Swear to God, somebody said that.
There are studies showing that women are less likely to remain in an unhappy relationship than men. Make both people in the relationship women, and it makes sense that the divorce rate is higher. Lesbians famously move in together very quickly. Maybe that's a factor.
There you go. There you go.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just look at it maybe genetically, it's always been like, in heterosexual relationships, it was always like men feared commitment, yada, 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 right? So women are starved for that. They want to know that their significant other's committed, right?
Right.
And so I think that's what makes them move in together so fast. They want to know, they want to prove their commitment as quickly as possible and get them off the fucking market.
Hey, you know what I forgot to bring up this whole time? That last weekend, I actually got my ministry thing. And I married a couple.
Oh, so you did do that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, my only couple that I ever married was a lesbian couple.
Claudia does that all the. Well, Claudia's a softball player, so she does that a lot. She's done it 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Lesbian couples. Yeah.
And they're still together.
Yeah.
The ones that I married.
Yeah.
And they've been together for years and years. So like.
Yeah.
But
you're exactly right.
I think it is. When lesbians fucking move in together, like you hate to perpetuate stereotypes and sound fucking homophobic or something, but I just, in my own observations,
when they move in together, did they quickly remodel a house?
It depends on if one of them's butch or not.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but no, just in my experience, not only do they move in quickly, they're in serious relationships very quickly. Like the relationship's serious right now.
So they get right on Jump Street there.
Casual
fast
dating amongst.
Okay. Well, there you go.
The lesbians, from what I understand.
That's right.
I thought maybe
I would like you to sing at a lesbian wedding.
Say what?
I thought maybe it was because they nag each other to death.
Yeah. Well, I think they have higher expectations of each other too. It's
like, I think it's probably because no matter what, I've always said this about the gay relationship, whether it's lesbians or men, the breakups are epic. The fights are fucking epic because no matter what, it's 2 bitches that are fucking mad. Whether it's lesbians or gay dudes, it's 2 bitches that are fucking pissed. And I'm not gonna lie, when I lived with Scotty and Jonesy, I lived with a gay couple for a couple of years, and I laughed my balls off through their whole breakup. Like their breakup was hysterical. Like they would fight every night, and you just hear. I mean, I remember at one point, Scotty yelling down the stairs, "He just assaulted me!" Oh, what the fuck am I gonna run up there? I'm breaking up you too. The fuck am I gonna do?
The Three's Company. I'll be. You were Jack Tripper, I believe.
In a way,
or Mr. Roper, one of the two.
Wasn't Jack Tripper the gay one?
Well, he wasn't gay, but that was his. They made him seem like he was gay, so Mr.
So
Roper
that he could live there.
Out.
That's right. I see. It was just slightly before my time, that show.
Yeah.
And even as a kid, I was turned off by that kind of comedy. I just remember Jack Tripper fucking actually falling down a lot.
Yeah, with slapstick,
like doing fucking Chevy Chase falls and shit.
John Ritter was a funny guy, though.
Yeah, John Ritter was great.
Yeah.
His character in Sling Blade is one of my all-time favorite characters, and as far as like a small like supporting that character, he just fucking nailed that character. I mean. Turned out he was gay, so like still, like I love the scene when they're all eating dinner, and he just stops everything and he's like, "Listen, I just want to say something. Just came over me in a rush, and I just want to say, I love each and every person sitting at this table right now." And they're like, "Oh, we love you too."
What show is this?
Sling Blade.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reckon I'm on.
His character in Sling Blade's fantastic. Man. Now tell
That
me,
whole movie is fantastic.
it is fantastic. You seem like you seem like a man who's always in deep thought, always thinking. Like, tell me, what are you thinking about right now? I was thinking I could use about 4 or 5 more of them cans of ponded meat. You got any extra?
Oh god.
It ain't got no gas in it.
You got no like them French fried potatoes.
You got any mustard for them biscuits? He
Is he not the best character actor though? Like Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob's fantastic.
Billy Bob is
fantastic.
yeah,
But
unbelievable.
the best part of Sling Blade to me is Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
Oh
Like-
yeah, because he's completely. You would not think that he's.
Off the fucking rail. He's
Yes.
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that scene where he snaps on everybody and kicks them out of the house is one of my all-time
Scares
favorite.
the shit out of me.
Like,
Yeah.
I would say probably like I'm big on like isolated scenes in movies.
Yeah.
You know, like I just love certain scenes. Like when he snaps on everybody and kicks them out of the house in Sling Blade, that's one of my favorites. The scene with Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper in True Romance is one of my all-time favorites.
Oh yeah.
There will be the very last scene in There Will Be Blood. Have you guys seen that?
I don't think I remember that one.
We drained you boy. You see, if I have a milkshake, you know that one? And I have a straw. It goes all the way across the room.
We got to end the show today with Billy just singing some kind of ballad.
Right.
Ventriloquist Bill. Ventriloquist Bill's got to. Ventriloquist Beelzebub Bill.
Beelzebub. That'll be my dummy's name. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub will be the dummy.
Dummies. Hey, everybody, honey.
We'll
Beelzebub.
put little horns on him.
Beelzebub. How do you
Beelzebub
fucking
and
do
Bill.
your bees? I'm gonna have to go to a ventriloquist school.
Get a book.
The hard consonants.
Get a book.
But Willie's got the thing down where you can't get it. He wants out of the bag.
He's being choked to death.
What's the matter? Hey, what's that? Oh, jeez. Oh, what's your big idea? I couldn't breathe in there. Or no, here's the good bit. Here's the bit when they're trapped in the box. They're like, "Let me out of the box! Let me out of the box! Let me out of the box!" And then you reach in and you get him out. And you're like, "Okay, I got you out. Okay, you have her. I still want you out of the box." You know, like you don't change it, like you still muffled. And then everybody, oh, that's hilarious. He talked like he was still in the box.
And then you go right
in the box anymore.
with arms wide open. That's what you go right into that. And then,
Oh, jeez.
And then I'll go, see, I told you this crowd would welcome you with open arms.
it's right.
All right. Next topic.
Okay.
Kind of a weird question. It's an Ask Men question. It's in the Ask Men category. So I'll read the question, but obviously we'll turn it around a little different. Who here feels like they've figured something out that makes life exponentially better for them than 95% of other men? So what's something that you've figured out in life that makes life better for you than probably 95% of other men?
My relationship with my wife. We have figured each other out perfectly. We just get along. We don't get on each other's nerves. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I've just figured out how to give her space. She gives me space. We figured it out. I got a great relationship, and I don't think most people do. I mean, we're real honest with each other. We just got to figure it out. And I don't think a lot of couples do. I think couples, even that have been married a long time, a lot of times you can see that they don't show each other exactly who they are. You know what I mean? You ever seen that? Somebody that's been married a long time, and yet like you'll know him or you'll know her, and you go, they're not real with each other.
I think it's hard to be in a relationship with me because everybody knows exactly who I am.
Exactly. Well, that's just the whole thing. And once you find a girl that knows that about you, then you'll have it figured out.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
I think most of your girls did know everything about you, but they didn't want to accept everything about you.
Or wanted to change things.
Yeah, exactly.
Or thought things would change, or
exactly.
who knows?
Yeah.
What
about you, Chris?
I don't. Man, that's I'm trying
to think. I don't know that I. You know what? I think for me, it's probably just stop being afraid of shit.
Yeah.
I used to be afraid to do stuff, and now I'm like, fuck it. What's the worst could happen?
Yeah.
And that's why I have the job I have. That's why I have Three Beards Media. That's why I have friendships like you guys.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 years ago, I'd have been scared to death to even approach somebody like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, then there you go. That's exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I realize I'm pretty high on that pedestal, and and you really have to think long and hard before you approach a guy like me.
100%. Yeah.
I
was talking about you, not Willie. Willie.
There's only one way to approach Billy.
The callbacks on this show are great.
I think that I figured out probably just that. I think I figured out that just to be unapologetically myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like I figured that out pretty young. So,
but I mean, that's the toughest thing as far as when a relationship goes. I mean, I was been married before where, if you ever are with somebody and if for 1 second you have to think twice about what you say, then you're not in the right relationship. You know what I mean? You should be able to say whatever you want to say.
That's why Nazis got to date Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Right.
That's what Ava Braun said. I like you. I think we'll be fine together.
Yeah. And he's like, well, give me some of that put hey. And she was like, 9. You must prove that you hate the Jews first.
Oh, jeez.
That reminds me of this past weekend, my show. I had another.
Where'd you have show at?
Capacity.
Oh, is this a Mrs. Pat show?
No. This was in Lansing, Kansas, just outside of Kansas City. In fact, I drove by the Funny Bone to get.
Oh yeah. Was it just a one-night gig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 14 people. Including the other comic and the bartender.
Who were the other comic? Who'd you work with? Somebody from Doing?
David Kalsgaard.
Oh yeah,
from Omaha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what he looks like. He's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed,
blood with glasses.
He's in good shape.
Yeah.
When he was talking about his anniversary or something, and I got up when I, told the crowd to clap for him or whatever. I called him Hitler's wet dream. And I was like,
jeez.
I was like, look, I go. He said he met his wife 8 years ago on ZigHeilDating.com. And
Nazis need love too.
Right.
I was like, I think, what did I
or
say?
as we like to call it, Truth Social.
Yeah.
Zig Heil. And then I can't remember. I said something else, but I just remember I called back to it later on in the show. Oh, he brought me up a beer. And so when he brought me up the beer or whatever, I go, hey, thanks. Now go back over there.
Yeah. Gave him the old Elon Musk salute.
Everybody's laughing or whatever. And I go, I was like, David's one of those uppity Nazis. Like he's the guy He's the guy you walk by and he just goes, "Meh." He does the fucking,
Take out.
Yeah, like, you walk, everybody be fucking saluting Hitler, and as you walk by, he'd be like,
Yeah. Not even a hug, zig, hell, just a hell.
No, he just kind of,
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah.
hello. Anyway.
All right. Are we ready for this week's AI?
Yes. Well, can't wait.
Is that it for the Reddit?
Yeah.
That's
No
it
more
for
Reddit?
Reddit. Nope. That's it.
Come on, bring on Fat Billy. Let's go. What do we got?
Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos out there where like they have like scenes from movies or whatever, but the characters are all babies.
Oh yeah,
I have looked.
They've been doing
and
like
looked
fucking
and looked.
Theo Vaughn's podcast.
I have looked and looked to find the AI software that does it, and I have yet to find it. So the next best thing is I present to you Billy and Willie as babies. So we'll bring up Willie first.
I'm gonna look like the fucking Michelin tire man.
Oh, dude, I am.
That's actually adorable. Of course, it's
am.
adorable.
That might actually be my picture.
I'm gonna look like fucking Jabba the Hutt in a diaper.
Let me get my cigar. Oh, cute.
I know. Oh, Jesus. It does. It looks like you're holding a hot dog instead of a cigar.
Again, I use the same photo, the original photo, every week.
Yeah.
So, in full disclosure, I will show mine next.
Let's see.
So this would be me.
You might use the same photo, but you tell them to make it.
I don't.
Oh, cute.
Look how cute I am.
Yeah.
It looks like it got drawn on with a
And
pencil.
here we go. And here we go.
It's not as funny this time.
Joey Cola. You look like a stand-up comic from like the East Coast.
It looks like I've been drinking like strawberry milk or something.
You look like you're eating Paschetti with your fingers.
Paschetti.
Paschetti. Yeah. Definitely Paschetti face.
Why am I a redhead and everything? I mean, my beard does have a little...
I swear to God, I don't know.
This
is... Let me bring it up here.
These are adorable. You know what? I can't complain about this one.
No, I
goddamn adorable.
I didn't have the heart.
To make an ugly baby. You can't even have a fake baby be ugly.
How do you find that AI? Because they do all those ones. I mean, they do everybody now with those ones that make them look like the Theo Vaughn one. Have you seen the one with all the Sopranos and everything?
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, I cannot. For the life of me.
Did you see the one where they did the scene from Goodfellas?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Let's see how fast I can make a fat baby of Bill. Let's see how quick. I mean, we got to stay with the tradition here, right? We can't just.
If I had
just regular Billy.
If I had a baby with Jabba the Hutt.
I mean, if we can keep on hitting his self-esteem, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to make sure we
just totally destroy.
That's right, exactly.
His self-esteem.
That's right.
I mean, I don't necessarily need all that much help.
Can you make one of Fat Billy within like a little tiny ventriloquist fat baby too?
I'm just fucking Eeyore when the camera's not rolling. The camera's not rolling. I'm Eeyore, just walking around. Going, oh bother!
Oh bother!
Willie's
I want a little tiny. Then I want the little tiny guy from Creed on his arm there.
Oh, not coming over again. Doesn't like me anymore. Oh, boo.
Oh, the image request. All I said was make this a really fat baby, and it said this image generation request did not meet our content policy.
Yeah, see, even the fucking AI software knows you're.
They don't want. They can't be doing fat shaming.
No.
Damn it. There goes the big closer. I guess Billy's just gonna.
It's time for some Creed.
That's right. That's
I like
too bad.
Yeah, there we go.
The My Sacrifice song. He gets a little falsetto in there, so
You're gonna have to work on that, Billy.
I
Keep
do
your
the
mouth shut. Like I said, anybody tuning in late's gonna be going, well, they got special. Apparently, it's some kind of talent show for special needs children.
On the newest version of Star Search,
That's right.
we bring on adults with Down syndrome to give their impressions of Creed.
Yes, exactly. Sing nothing but Creed.
Nothing.
Creed all the time.
All right, we got to go.
We'll see you all next Tuesday at the Iowa Distillery.
Understand.
Billy,
Play us off.
Willie, you might need to end the show.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, everybody be there. $1 every drink goes to ARL. It's a good cause. Come on and get drunk with us. Have some fun.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Just a mic in a dream. Now we ride this circuit, chasing that scene. Every heckle, every cheer, every silent stare. Made a sharper man's bolder, we ain't going nowhere. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the Vegas stage to the IAD grind, this comedy life